land where medieval knights once clashed over faith and fortune, a nation that endured centuries of conquest yet never lost its identity, a people who sang their way to freedom and emerged as one of the most technologically advanced societies in the world. This is Estonia. How did this small Baltic country rise from centuries of foreign rule to become a global leader in digital innovation and resilience? Let's take a journey through Estonia's extraordinary past and into its promising future. Estonia's story begins around 9000 BCE, when the last ice age receded, revealing a landscape of vast forests, rivers, and untouched coastline. The first settlers, hunter-gatherers, arrived, leaving behind evidence of their existence in ancient stone tools and burial sites. By the first millennium CE, Estonia was home to fiercely independent tribes who thrived on farming, fishing, and trade. Though often overshadowed by their Scandinavian neighbors, the Estonians were formidable seafarers and warriors. Their longboats cut through the Baltic waves, and their fortified hill forts stood as symbols of defiance. The 13th century Livonian Chronicle even describes Estonian raiders plundering Swedish and Danish settlements. However, as Christian Europe expanded, the independent Estonian tribes found themselves in the crosshairs of powerful foreign invaders. In the early 13th century, Estonia became a target of the Northern Crusades. Unlike the Crusades to the Holy Land, these campaigns sought to forcibly convert the last remaining pagan societies of Europe. The Germanic sword brethren, later absorbed into the Teutonic Order, arrived around 1208, waging brutal campaigns across Estonia. The Estonians resisted fiercely, but in 1219, Danish King Valdemar II launched a full-scale invasion. At the pivotal Battle of Lindenisse, the Danes seemed on the brink of defeat, until, as legend tells, a red flag with a white cross fell from the sky, inspiring them to victory. This moment gave birth to the Danish flag, the Dannebrog, and marked the beginning of Estonia's centuries of foreign rule. For the next 700 years, Estonia remained under foreign rule. First the Danes, then the German Crusaders, followed by the Swedes and Russians. The Estonian people, once free warriors, were reduced to serfs under Baltic German nobility. Despite this, Tallinn, then known as Reval, flourished as part of the Hanseatic League, the vast trade network connecting Europe. Estonian merchants and sailors played a vital role in commerce, even as their own people were denied rights in their own land. As the centuries passed, Estonia became a pawn in the battles between the region's great powers. By the 17th century, Sweden had taken control of Estonia, ushering in an era of reform. Education improved, and peasants gained some rights. But all of this changed in 1700 when the Great Northern War erupted. Estonia became a brutal battleground between Sweden and Russia. By 1710, Peter the Great's Russian forces crushed the Swedes, and Estonia was absorbed into the Russian Empire. The once thriving nation was now a distant province of a sprawling empire. For the next 2 centuries, the Estonian people lived under Russian rule, but their spirit never died. By the late 19th century, a powerful movement was growing, the Estonian National Awakening. Writers, poets, and intellectuals began reviving the Estonian language, publishing newspapers, and fostering a sense of national pride. Then came World War I, which shattered the old empires. In 1918, Estonia saw its chance. Declaring independence for the first time in history, the small nation fought a brutal war of independence against both Soviet Russia and Baltic German militias. Against all odds, Estonia won. But peace would not last. In 1940, Stalin's Red Army invaded Estonia, forcing it into the Soviet Union. A year later, Nazi Germany occupied the country, only to be replaced again by Soviet rule in 1944. The next 45 years were marked by repression. Tens of thousands of Estonians were deported to Siberia. Russian migration altered the country's demographics. Yet, resistance never faded. Then, in the late 1980s, something remarkable happened: the Singing Revolution. A peaceful but powerful uprising, it saw Estonians gathering in massive crowds, singing banned patriotic songs. In 1989, they formed a human chain, stretching 600 kilometers from Tallinn to Vilnius, demanding freedom. Finally, in 1991, Estonia regained its independence. Fast forward to today, and Estonia is one of the most digitally advanced nations on Earth. The country pioneered e-governance, offering online voting and digital ID systems. It's the birthplace of Skype, a leader in cybersecurity, and one of the most startup-friendly countries in the world. Recent developments continue to push Estonia forward. E-residency program, allowing global entrepreneurs to start businesses in Estonia remotely. Renewable energy leadership. Estonia is rapidly expanding its wind and solar power. NATO and EU membership, solidifying its security and prosperity. Tech-driven economy with universal internet access and smart infrastructure. And most importantly, Estonia remains a free and democratic nation, a testament to its resilience. Estonia's journey is one of survival and triumph. From Viking-era warriors to medieval trade hubs, from Soviet occupation to digital revolutionaries, this small nation has never stopped fighting for its place in the world. And as Estonia looks toward the future, it carries the lessons of its past: innovation, resilience, and an unbreakable spirit. Like, history is not just the past, it's the path we walk every day. If you've enjoyed this journey through Estonia's past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and step into the next chapter with us. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep following the footsteps of history.